Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Joanna Sophia if you've never been here before, and today's video is going to be my updated foundation routine, my full face of makeup routine. So if you guys know me, then you know that foundation videos, anything with foundation application, concealer, powder, that is like my favorite thing about makeup because I don't know, there's just something so interesting about it, how different like the application process can make things go. So I thought that I would share with you guys my updated little equation, so to speak, from my primer to the last set of powder and contour that I apply. And yeah, I hope that you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So without further ado, let's get into the video, and here is my makeup-free face. Whoa! So no makeup. I just want to take a second to address the fact that I have some breakouts going on, which are never a fun thing. It's been a stressful week for me. I'll be the first one to admit it. So yeah, I have a breakout on my cheek and my forehead, but you know what? It just makes a foundation video all the better for it. So before I get into the process, I do want to tell you guys about the two things that I use to apply a majority of my face products. Now, the first thing is the foundation brush that I've been using recently. This is the Real Techniques Bold Metal Brush in the number 100. This is actually a powder brush, but I like to use it as the applicator for the actual liquid foundation. I just like the way that this goes on, how quickly it blends everything together, the fact that it doesn't absorb too much product. It's just a really nice brush. It's really soft on my face too. The other product that, of course, I'm sure you guys are familiar with is the Beauty Blender, and I use this from everything from blending out to applying powders. You guys will see what I use stuff for, but I just wanted to give them a little introduction at the beginning. So I'm skipping all of my moisturizers because I've already applied those, but I do want to show you guys the primer that I use. So you guys are familiar with this, I'm sure. I'm about to run out though, so I'm excited to try some new ones. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. So with clean hands, I apply just about this much to my middle finger, and then I blend it starting on the cheeks, moving to the chin, the nose, and the forehead. And this stuff just like kind of fills in your pores and smooths it over. So I mean, like, your pores are still gonna be visible, but it'll make makeup sit on top of them a lot nicer, and it just has like this very velvety texture that I like. The foundation that I have been obsessed with recently is the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation. I'll include the review of this product down below where I give you my first impression review of the product and give you a ton of information on it, and I'm in the shade Medium 2. I got the little pump addition to it, so I'm going to go ahead and do one pump and then a second pump. And I just kind of like to clean off the little pumpy part with my finger and apply that to my chin. So using just the top of my brush, I just kind of dab the foundation to the center of my face. So my cheeks, my nose, the middle of my forehead. And then I just start blending out, again, starting in the center of my face because that's where I have the most discoloration. And why I love this brush is because, you know, you don't have to apply a lot of pressure with it. It allows you to do these really large, like, kind of blending circles. Doesn't apply anything streaky, and it makes applying your foundation really, really quick. But I find that 2 pumps is a pretty medium to almost full coverage on me. Some days I'll even only do 1 pump because I don't really like full coverage foundation, but I obviously am having not the best skin week. So that is it for the actual base. Now I am just gonna go ahead and apply my eyebrows because this looks a little bit scary to me because I always have my eyebrows on, and I just want to get that done before I continue the rest of the video. Now my brows are filled in and I feel a little bit like an Eskimo person. I don't know why. But next step is my concealer. So I specifically like to put a lot of concealer underneath my eyes because I have some dark circles, I have some puffiness, but of course I do also have to conceal my blemishes. So I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer first in the shade 25, and I'm going to apply this right underneath my eyes. I kind of keep it closer to the nose right now, like that. And then I'm just going to dot it onto my nice 3 little blemish friends. So to blend this out underneath the eye, I'm just going to do the Beauty Blender because I don't have time to carefully blend that out with any kind of brush, and I find that brushes just do move the product a lot more. So using a Beauty Blender keeps my under eye circles covered. But for the blemishes, I've been using a little concealer dome brush recently, and this is a Sigma Precision Round P82 brush. So for the blemishes, I'm just going to kind of like pounce on them with the brush, like just kind of a stippling motion. Try and keep the foundation in the same place, but to do it with something a little more hygienic than the sponge, I think, and a little more precise because it's a much smaller area. So once I'm done with that round of concealing, if I am doing a very full face of makeup on a specific day, or if I'm just kind of feeling like I want a little more brightening, then I like to go in with my Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer. This is in the shade number 30, I believe, but the number came off. And this, I literally just apply underneath the eyes where like that line of baggage forms. You guys kind of know what I mean. And when I blend this out, like it obviously goes up and down a little bit more, so it doesn't just stay in that line. But I just like that to kind of counteract the natural shadow that occurs from not getting enough sleep. While this is still nice and smooth, I will go in and set with my Laura Mercier brightening powder. Now, I don't use the brightening powder every day because it's kind of annoying to go into my drawer, open up a whole separate powder just to set my under eyes. But on a day where I'm feeling a little more into my makeup, then I will do this step. So with it nicely smoothed out from the Beauty Blender, I'll take a clean side of the Beauty Blender and apply some of the Secret Brightening powder, and then just kind of bake that into the area and just keep working the Beauty Blender until the powder is not visible and completely set. And a lot of people love this powder because they say that it completely keeps your under eye concealer from moving. For me, it's more just I really like the brightening effect. I guess my under eye concealer doesn't really move too much with it. I don't notice it moving, so I guess it's not moving, but I can't say that I specifically watch out for that, honestly. Now, to set the rest of my face, I like the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. I don't know if that's the exact name. And to apply this powder, I like to use this Real Techniques powder brush, and just taking a lot of that product, you guys can probably see the dust kick up, and I taste it. I'm just going to press that into the perimeter of my face and then a little bit on my nose. I'm almost done. My foundation routine is almost over. So the next step that I do, which maybe some of you guys will think is silly for me to still do, but I like to contour. So recently I've been using the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D. I don't always contour, and I don't know if you would count this as part of a foundation routine, but I thought I'd include it because it is part of the face. So I like to take the lightest color and use that as my contour shade right now because I'm pretty pale, for me at least, and I'm taking the Real Techniques pointed foundation brush, and I use this specifically to pinpoint where I want this color to go, because the problem with contouring is that you can very easily over contour, and I don't want to do that on a daily basis. So I contour my nose just a little bit, like not very dramatic at all. And by the way, I'm not blending this out right now, I'm literally just applying it, and then just a little bit on the bottom of my nose. And taking that same color and the same brush, I will carve out my cheeks. And then to blend that out, I'm going to use the Real Techniques contour brush. Now I use a different brush to blend this out a lot of times. It's not really specific. Sometimes I'll use this brush to apply more product than to blend, but today I felt like blending with it, so that's what you guys are seeing, obviously. My next step is bringing color back into my face, so that would be going in with my blush. For my blush right now, I like to use my Nars Sin. This is just like my go-to winter shade because it has a little bit of that more deep berry tone to it, and I just think it's a lot more flattering on fairer skin. It's really long wearing, and I've had it for legitimately ever. And I'm just applying this with a MAC blush brush. And to finish off my face, I'm going to be using my Hourglass Ambient Light palette and just use the center color, which is Incandescent Light, and just pop a little bit of that to the tops of my cheekbones. And you don't have to highlight. I don't highlight a lot of times, but since this was like my full face of makeup application to show you guys, I thought I'd include it. Now I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face and I'll be right back. So now that all of my makeup has been applied on top of my foundation and my powder and all that jazz, I like to go in with the MAC Fix Plus. I used a lot of powder products on top of my liquid foundation, and as a result, my makeup can look a little bit powdery, which can look a little bit cakey, a little heavy-handed. And so to counteract that, I like to use Fix Plus. Fix Plus is supposed to be a setting spray, but I personally like it because it just kind of adds this boost of hydration to everything. So I'll add just about 5 to 6 sprays, and I just kind of let that little misting soak in to all of the products, and then my foundation routine is done. So I hope that you guys like this video. If you have a video request for me, make sure that you leave it in the comments down below. 2016 is well underway, and while I'm having a very stressful start to the year, I am having a lot of fun as well, and I can't wait to get more videos up for you guys because I've been slacking a little bit after my 10-day to Christmas countdown, which, by the way, if you guys haven't been watching my older videos, make sure that you go and check them out. I'll leave a link to my most recent one down below. So that is it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to follow me on my social media to stay up to date. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe for future videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! And if you guys enjoyed this video but you want to see my last one, you can also click the link right here on the video itself, or click on my name to subscribe.